Here with us, could you please cross these rods? All the way, please. Thank you. Could you please straighten them back out for me? Bring them all the way forward. It's a plane overhead. Please bring them all the way forward if you could. Come on, all the way straight. Thank you. Do you want us in here? If so, could you please cross the rods? Wiggle them back and forth for now. Do you want us to leave? Thank you. Could you please straighten them back out? For anybody who's wondering, there's nothing really like mean here or anything. I always, like a lot of shows always show like demonic stuff or something like that. I've been here for a very long time. I've never crossed anything that's been like that. Oops, sorry. Usually when they say they want us to leave, it's just because they just want us to leave the house. Bring them all the way straight if you could. Thank you. Are you a male? A man? Not a mailman, but a male. Are you a female? Thank you. Could you please straighten the rods back out for me? Did you work here on the island? Were you one of the servants in some way, like maybe a cook or a laundress? If so, could you please cross the rods? Were you married to one of the officers here? Or married to somebody of some importance? Thank you. Could you please straighten the rods back out for me? Bring them all the way straight. Does anybody know what these are used for? Realistically. So by that logic, though, this is where it gets weird, because they are used to find water, and they're rather successful at it. We're on an island surrounded by a moat. They should always be crossed, and we're also sitting on about 55,000 gallons of water underneath. However, they should always be crossed on. They should never go straight. But they always seem to do it. Can you please straighten the rods back out for me? This is where a lot of things gets into like the conspiracy of it as well, because one of the theories behind it is if you already know the answer to a question, you can forcibly, or rather, like, use your mind control things to answer. But there's nothing else in life where that happens. But the other theory is that your fine motor movements of it just fire in a way to automatically answer questions that you already know the answer to. But we've also been in this exact room. One of the head state guys named Lee passed away. And we had one member was texting Lee, or rather texting Laura, who was like Lee's best friend. And Laura would ask specific questions about stuff that she did with Lee. Like, where did we go to eat lunch last time we went to Ocean City, Maryland? So obviously stuff only that those two would know. And it would answer correctly. We just take guesses until we got it right. But usually in this room, no. Whatever's in here usually likes to talk about Lee for some reason. And he was actually cremated and fired out of the cannon on a roof. That's how he wanted to go. So he was split in half, and Fort DuPont fired half, and then we fired half. Can you please straighten the rods back out for me? Bring them all the way forward. Did you know, Lee, about who I'm speaking about? Is that why you're crossing the rods? Do you guys remember when Taps came here years ago? Anybody ever watch that?
Yeah.
So when they did the evidence review, they brought in state park staff like Laura Lee and Becky Webb at the time. And they were trying to figure out some of the EVPs that they got that they couldn't quite place or they didn't make sense to them, so they were just trying to get the staff's input on it. So one of the things that they were in the casemates, and they heard this. It was something like a like I'm right here or something.
And where are you?
Oh, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're calling for that, and I guess what was the response? Do you remember? That's what they heard, right?
That's when Laura
Yeah.
and Lee were walking around and they're like, where are you looking for ghosts? Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah, so they would
After
always
he died.
do that as a joke, like walk around together, like where are you at? Like kind of kiddingly. And I guess on the recorder they heard they could hear where are you? And they were like, we have no idea what this means or where it came from. And Laura's listening to it and she's like, I know exactly what that means. And she was like, nah, it doesn't mean anything. Just like blew it off because it weirded her out so much that she could hear like basically what sounds like Lee doing the same joke back. So sounds like you guys gotta go though.
We gotta wrap this up and get downstairs.
Alright. Well, enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Drive home safe.